Boys, today is the day. We are ripping that VE interior out. We're putting in a VF interior. Look at what we got. Whoo, look at that boy. Got a full VF SS interior. Well, I mean, SSV actually, but it doesn't matter. How freaking cool is this? It's gonna be such a freaking upgrade in the wagon. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Now, we have already pulled all of the dash and interior out. Let's take a look. So with about 20 minutes worth of carnage, everything is out. If you're wondering why the crash bar and everything behind there is so freaking rusty, it's because it came out of a... If you know the car and you know and you know where this car came from, you know how this was when we first got it. It's a burnout car, don't worry. Now, what we're gonna try and do is we gotta try and just see if everything's gonna freaking fit. So, no wasting time. Let's just freaking pull the dash apart. We'll give it a little bit of a clean first, dash apart, and then let's get this thing in the freaking car. I've got some really cool little spicy things I want to do, and it's really going to make the wagon so much fancier and nicer. Now, I can already hear all the freaking trolls and the little kids and everything like that. Oh, he's just trying to make it a VF. No, who cares? It just looks cool. People are always like, oh, it's just a VE with a VF front end. Who freaking cares? I literally... half the time, I'm literally making fun of the people that think that I care or that that's... I'm not trying to do anything. It just looks cool. All right, rant over. I know that was only 10 seconds, but let's freaking throw this in. I'm so freaking hyped. I don't know why we haven't done this sooner. Alrighty, so I've had to do some trimming. It's been in, it's been out a couple times now. There was an entire massive plastic thing that went back here, big square that came down this far. That's where all of our fuse panel and everything is. Burnout car, don't need it, cut it all out. You don't see it, that screen goes over the top of it. In here, you will see, but this is where the fuel shutoff is and the front of the shifter. So trying to cut this out so it's nice. It did come out like across here kind of thing. I'm just trying to like get it nice, but all I've got is my trusty shitty $20 grinder. So I've got my base shape notched out of it, and then I'll just clean it up with some sandpaper, but I think we'll chuck it in for another test fit now. So this is pretty exciting. You guys know all of these, like the panel that I had the buttons on, that's no longer going to be able to work because obviously there's a screen in the way. It's just so much nicer. So what I'm planning on doing, getting rid of that whole big plate, and then just here in the cup holder, or just in front of the cup holder, I'm going to build a carbon panel that's then going to house these 4 buttons, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that, or something nice. Nice little carbon panel that I can, oh, that even makes life freaking easier. I can now trace this onto a carbon piece and just stick it in there or something. But I was thinking, I was like, the start button would be cool there, but how freaking cool would it be if like these are push button start? These come with a little push to start button on the dash that goes right here. And I was like, could you imagine if that bigger button just so happened to be the right size to fit in there? And holy shit, boys, with a little bit of trimming, look at that. You're joking. Like that fits in there perfectly. What the hell? Now we can have like an actual start button right in the right spot. How freaking cool is that? That is epic. Oh man, I'm so freaking over the moon with that. Like that's in there properly. No sketchy business to make that fit in there. Like I literally just trimmed the back of the plastic off that normally holds the factory style button, but that is what dreams are made of right there, buddy. That is what dreams are made of. So now, like legit, this is just where it lives. It's all just sitting there. It's not clipped in. But legit, now we've got a button right there. Oh man, I'm so G'd up about that. We're not even gonna have to run the wiring crazy long. Literally, like where the button is here normally, it's just gonna go to here now. And then I've just got to extend 8 wires, like positive and negative for each button, just to come down here, because that's where they'll be there. Like such an easy job. And then everything else hopefully goes in the same spot. All right, let's test fit this and get it in the car. Whew, alrighty. Big day on the tools. I haven't filmed a lot of this because it's just gone together way too easy. Like, does not make sense. I mean, I guess it's the same chassis, but like, we're missing the trim ring that goes around here. So it looks a little unfinished there, but like, look how perfect it is for the fuel shut off. We're gonna have to make something, so like in the actual cigarette lighter bit, I might fill that with rubber. So there's always friction because this kind of floats around because the old panel with the buttons used to hold it. So I might fill that with rubber or extremely high density foam so that it just is a bit stiffer. And then gotta figure out how to get me a little spring through again so that I can actually hold it shut. Like hold it shut or open, I mean, when I'm doing skids. But other than that, man, it is insane how well this has come together. I don't know how well the trim ring will fit there. I don't know if it will at all, but we'll definitely get that outside piece. But other than that, like I gave it a quick clean and everything, and God, it just transforms the car. And like it is so solid, and there's actually nothing holding it in right now. Nothing. Like it is so. I'm shaking the whole car when I'm doing that. I mean, the old VE interior, like Dash, that was more or less just sitting in there. Here, it's a little bit floppy, so I might put an L bracket in down here to hold it. But the VE Dash was the exact same. The actual captive nut that goes in there for the bolt, that's come out. So I'll have to put a nut and bolt in there, which will hold the glove box up tight. But it is insane how well it goes together. Like everything in the VE Commodore that took, like for instance, tire dash, tire center console, 2 pieces in a VF. In a VE, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's just a shit fight. Everyone knows as soon as you take them apart once, they never go back together the same. It's just awesome to see how well Holden learnt from the VE and how they made it perfect in the VF. It's going to make the car so easy to work on, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm very happy. So that is awesome. Now, every time if we blow a fuse or something, you just pull out this whole center bit, and you got it all just behind there. I used to have to like silicone in that dash panel that would always flex and kind of be shitty. Whereas now, I'm actually going to make something that probably mounts to this, maybe comes forward to here like a carbon panel, mounts to that, if I can fit it under that panel that goes along here. And then you'll literally just have like, I forget what buttons I've got now, but fan, fuel, starter motor, and yeah, and then you've got the gangster button of just there. So that's always sick that it's right there. I freaking love that. It's probably like one of my favorite things about the car now, and it's just a freaking button in a factory location, but that is so freaking cool. Okay, so it's day 2 out here, and Indy hasn't even seen the Dash yet. So what do you think of it?
Oh my God.
How good does it look?
That's amazing. Oh, the button's the coolest.
Yeah, the button is sick.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
I've been there thugging, you bitching and bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired of eating that ramen. All of my music be heat, I ain't missing a beat. I've been blessed with impeccable